As we stand at a critical juncture in American politics, President Joe Biden faces a monumental decision. The question on everyone's mind is whether he will seek re-election or step aside. Biden's choice will shape the political landscape for years to come. At 81, he's already the oldest sitting president in U.S. history. If re-elected, he would be 86 by the end of his second term. This has raised concerns about his ability to govern effectively. Some argue that it's time for a new generation of leadership. Others maintain that Biden's experience is invaluable in these turbulent times. The ongoing economic struggles, international conflicts, and domestic political divisions have all taken their toll. Biden's approval ratings have fluctuated, often dipping into concerning territory. This has led some within his own party to question whether he's the right candidate for 2024. If he chooses to run again, he'll need to rally support and enthusiasm among voters. If he steps aside, it could trigger a scramble for the nomination. As we delve deeper into this issue, we'll explore the various factors at play in this high-stakes political drama. As speculation mounts about Biden's political future, attention is turning to potential successors. The list of possible candidates is both long and diverse, reflecting the various factions within the party. At the top of many lists is Vice President Kamala Harris. As Biden's chosen running mate, she would seem to be the natural heir apparent. However, Harris has faced her own challenges and criticisms during her time in office. Some question whether she has the broad appeal necessary to win a general election. Beyond Harris, several other names are frequently mentioned. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg has maintained a high profile since his 2020 presidential run. Senators like Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders still command loyal followings among progressives. Governors like Gavin Newsom of California and Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan are seen as rising stars with executive experience. The possibility of a wide-open primary race is both exciting and daunting for Democrats.
The court of public opinion is delivering a harsh verdict on President Biden's performance. Recent polls paint a troubling picture for the incumbent and his party. Biden's approval ratings have been on a downward trajectory, often dipping below 40%. This isn't just a temporary blip, it's a persistent trend that's causing alarm among Democratic strategists. Several factors contribute to these low numbers. Economic concerns top the list for many voters. Despite some positive indicators, many Americans still feel squeezed by inflation and worried about their financial future. Biden's handling of international crises, particularly in Ukraine and the Middle East, has also drawn criticism. Then there's the age factor. A significant portion of the electorate expresses concern about Biden's age and perceived cognitive decline. Compounding these issues is a general sense of malaise among the electorate. Many voters express frustration with the overall direction of the country. The implications of these poll numbers extend far beyond just Biden's re-election chances. Party leaders are grappling with how to distance themselves from Biden's low approval ratings without appearing disloyal.
The uncertainty surrounding Biden's political future isn't just a domestic issue. It has far-reaching implications for America's standing on the global stage. World leaders and international observers are watching closely, trying to gauge what Biden's potential departure could mean for U.S. foreign policy. The stakes are incredibly high, with global stability hanging in the balance. One of the primary concerns is the potential for policy whiplash. Biden has worked hard to rebuild international alliances and recommit to multilateral institutions. If he were to step down or lose re-election, many fear a return to the more isolationist policies of the previous administration. Another area of concern is the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Biden has been a staunch supporter of Ukraine in its fight against Russian aggression. Climate change is yet another area where American leadership is crucial. It's a reminder that the decisions made in Washington have ripple effects that extend far beyond America's borders.
As President Biden contemplates his political future, he must also consider the impact on his legacy. This isn't just about winning or losing an election, it's about how history will remember his time in office. The decision to run again or step aside will play a crucial role in shaping that legacy. If Biden chooses to run and wins, he has the opportunity to cement his place in history. A second term would allow him to build on his first-term accomplishments and potentially tackle even more ambitious goals. On the other hand, stepping aside could be seen as a selfless act of putting country and party before personal ambition. It would allow for a new generation of Democratic leadership to emerge. Biden could position himself as an elder statesman, guiding the party through a transition period. There's also the risk factor to consider. These are the kinds of calculations that make this decision so complex and consequential.
As we stand on the precipice of what could be a seismic shift in American politics, the only certainty is uncertainty itself. The decisions made in the coming weeks and months will have profound implications for the future of the Democratic Party, the presidency, and the nation as a whole. It's a moment of both great peril and great opportunity, with the potential to reshape the political landscape for years to come. The ramifications of Biden's choice extend far beyond just the next election cycle. They touch on fundamental questions about leadership, generational change, and the direction of the country. If Biden steps aside, it could trigger a wide-open primary that brings new voices and ideas to the forefront. If he runs again, it will be a test of his ability to unite the party and make the case for continuity in turbulent times. For the Democratic Party, this moment of uncertainty is both a challenge and an opportunity. It's a chance to reassess priorities, refine messaging, and potentially reinvent itself for a new era. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the world is watching. The future of American politics hangs in the balance.